And now I guess we have Joe Tigay back. Did you fix the audio?
How do I sound? How are we doing?
Good. How are you? Hey, Luke, what's wrong? Hey, hold on, Luke. What? Okay, cool. So sorry. They're talking to me off the, off stream, and I know that's confusing. But how you doing? Where are you? Back in Michigan now?
I'm back in Michigan, back home. The prodigal son has returned. Here I am. 15 years in Chicago. It treated me really well. Had a great time there, but it's kind of expensive to raise a family there. It's kind of tight living quarters. I had to make the choice. I'm moving to the suburbs of Chicago, or I guess I could have gone anywhere. And I guess with my kids 1 and 3, I just decided to bring them back home, have built-in grandparents on the babysitters on the ready. So that was the choice for me. A little cheaper living conditions, and it's worked out great so far. I'm loving it back here.
Got it. And are you working out of your house, basically?
Yep, this is the setup. Do I have enough charts? What do you think? Do I have enough screens? Do you like it?
I don't know. You got like 8 screens?
Just 6. So yeah.
6. Yeah, you should see we have an overhead camera, which I don't know how to turn on yet, but when I do, you'll see we have all our cameras. There'll be a couple more overheads. We have some cool things coming here. It's full trading, data, news place. One day, I know you don't have your setup, but one day you'll have to just swing by.
Hopefully sometime soon. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. You can, so what are you up to? What are you trading? What were you guys talking about? Because I know you were already on. So
let me start over. My sound wasn't so good. Just giving you the history of who I am. I'm Joe Tigay. I'm a former options market maker. I was an options market maker starting in 2005. Did some equity options, and when the VIX pit came to be, my group was one of the pioneers in that pit. So that turned me into an index trader. My group got big into the VIX options. We became the largest electronic market maker for VIX options, which is the second largest options pit in the world behind the S&P 500. So we obviously have a true specialty in the VIX. I went into the S&P 500 pit on my lonesome, which was kind of a rare thing to do. Usually, this is the largest options pit in the world. There's 500 at the time, 500 traders in the pit. Those traders had groups. There were 8 and 9 large, maybe 10 groups in that pit. And I was by myself competing with all of them, and then having a blast, of course. And then going into the VIX pit throughout the Great Recession, the European debt crisis, the flash crash, having the time of my life there. And now my new career post options market making is I'm a portfolio manager. I'm the portfolio manager on 2 funds. I got the Rational Equity Armor Fund, and I have the EA Vol NASDAQ 100 Volatility Hedged Fund. So those are my 2 funds, and I use an option strategy, really a VIX strategy, the VIX future strategy. Helps me reduce the risk, but I also use the option to the volatility to my advantage. So it'll do 2 things. Number 1, reduce the drawdown, and also add some alpha to the upside, because I can harvest that volatility when it goes up, like, last Friday. It allows me to sell some volatility, buy some stocks back, which are lower, which is really the best way to trade long volatility.
Got it. How are you able to say, what's the size of the funds?
Yeah, I can say the funds, the under management, we have 130 million. The Rational Equity Armor Fund, that's at 62 million, and the EA Vol NASDAQ 100 Fund, of course, so we had a partnership with the NASDAQ in that fund. That's at 15 million, give or take, right now.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Cool. And how often are you trading in the funds?
Yeah, so that's a really key advantage. So we are this hedged equity strategy. But we do a daily trade. Most people, I think this is a big mistake people make with the VIX. People know the VIX, it's costly. There's all these problems with it, we know. And people love the VIX for one reason, because it's negatively correlated with the market. The market goes down, the VIX goes up. People get that and they like that, but what they miss is that correlation goes away. So you have to actively trade the VIX, because if you look at the correlation over a course of a year, there is practically none with the market. In other words, if you give me 1 day move in the S&P 500, I have a pretty high degree of confidence. I'll know what the VIX did, right? But if you tell me what the market did for a year or 2 years, that doesn't tell me anything about the VIX. So the VIX actually and this might be familiar to your viewers, the VIX actually is mean reverting, okay? And we all know it'll spike up, but it doesn't stay up. It'll come back down really hard. It'll get cheap, and when it's cheap, it'll want to go back up to its average. So that's what I do in this fund, daily rebalancing. I take advantage of those two things. Number one, of course, the negative correlation, it's a big advantage. But number two, the mean reversion, that kind of means when the VIX gets cheap, that's an accumulation spot for me. The VIX gets expensive. I like to let go of my VIX and allow myself to buy it, to monetize that volatility, put it back into equities, which are cheaper.
Got it. Okay, yeah. And so do you write about these things too when you're making trades, or is it just, making the trades? That's what you focus on?
Occasionally I'll have some blogs out there. I got a couple articles on Benzinga lately, the past month or so. I got two of them. I'm mostly doing trading. It's not a daily thing, but yeah, I enjoy writing.
Okay. Well, because I mean, you sometimes have a high conviction call, and I think it'd be cool if you came on a little bit more. And when you have a high conviction trade you're making, just come on for like 4 minutes. Say, guys, we're seeing this in the VIX, like almost like a market update for like 4 minutes. Like you put your fund name. This is what we're seeing. Boom. Just like how Brian used to come on CNBC and do that. So I think that'd be cool if we just did that, and you just turn on the cam and we just put you on and you wire in something very simple.
Happy to do that. Some market activity. Oftentimes you get some big trades in there. Kind of gives you a key on what the customers are looking at doing. But as a market maker, I'm always playing, the chess match there. Like, what does this mean? If someone's buying an out of the money call, does this mean they think the VIX is going to go to 100? Right? Or maybe they're buying the call to cover their short. They can put more shorts on because they have that call on. So I like to play that chess match game too. So it's not always cut and dry, but yeah, I do like seeing the activity, seeing the flows, and it really guides me in my activity.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's something to learn there on the VIX. So maybe it's even a VIX show. So that's something to look at for sure. Like I don't know, like as a market maker, telling it from your perspective, and it's more of a high end, like what you actually do as a market maker. I mean, that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, as a market maker, you're just trying to balance your risk. You're trying to make that little bit of edge every trade, make lots of trades, make a little bit of edge, and make it so that you're not exposed to any gap risks out there, or any vol risk, or any stock delta risk. So it's a different type of game. As an investor, it's more of I just want to increase my probability of success. I want to have some equity returns. I want a better path to get there.
Exactly. So, all right. So then we'll have you on a lot more on these little updates, and you ping us, and we'll ping you. Just come on like more often, like be a regular is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm all about it. I see some activity. I'll let you know.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to dress nice, whatever you're wearing. Come on, just come in with the Joe Tigay report where you're seeing, this and this thing. Boom, boom, boom. People will love it.
Absolutely. I love it.
All right. I know we could have talked about this over the phone, but I like just to do it out in the open. That's just the way I'm trying to do it. Some like it. Some people like it. Some people don't. It's okay. But all right. Good talking to you, man. And I'll see you soon.
Yeah, good to see you.
All right. Peace out. Bye-bye.